So let's go ahead and create a new mapping. Create. Okay. Let's explore lookup today. Okay. So what we have to do, DB employees. Okay. From database, we are reading employees and we are loading the data into database only. Okay. With employee department information. Okay. And which transformation we are using? Lookup transformation. Okay. Today, as part of the session, let's explore the lookup transformation, and for that, we are creating a mapping to read the data from a table and load it into another table where we will be storing the information about employees and departments. And in this mapping, we are going to explore the lookup transformation. Okay. Now, what we need to do first? We have to read from the source, right? So do we have DB employees table is there in sources already?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go to sources. You have an employee table already. So let's drag and drop your employee. Okay. So for clear now. Okay. Now from employee, what we are reading now? We are reading all of the data related to that particular employee. Okay. So here we have first name, last name, his title, his hire date, birth date, email address, everything is there here. And now what should be our target table? So into our target table, we want to load the information about employees and their departments. So if you remember the last session, which table we have loaded?
This department.
Department, right? So here, if you go to department, what I have? Department ID, department name, and when it was created or when it is updated. Okay. So into our new table, let's try to load the data. Okay. Employee department. Okay. So here, what we need to have? Let's store employee ID. Okay. So employee ID is an integer, right?
Yeah.
So here, let's make it as identity. Earlier, you did not learn about identity, right? So let's learn about identity. Okay. So what it is saying, syntax error partial. Let's see what is the error with that. Okay. And then let's store the employee name. Okay. Employee name. How many characters let's have? Let's have 256 characters. Okay. And then what we have here is email address or phone number. Okay. Email address. Email address again. Character of 100. Let's make it. Okay. And then phone. Let's give everything in capital letters. Okay. Employee underscore name. I'm giving underscore between each and every word. Okay. Email underscore address. Okay. Let's see, it will fix. Okay. Email underscore address. And then we have phone. Okay. Phone is again. How many again in phone? Let's go and check in the database what we have. Select start from employee. Okay. Employees 24, right? So from here, you go to phone. What you have? Where is phone? Let's come. In phone, you have hyphens, right? So some characters are there. So you have to define it as where character of. Okay. And then let's have department ID. What will have in department ID? It is an integer, right? Integer, let's have it. And department name. It is where character red. Okay. let's try to see identity property once. Okay. Let's try to execute this first. If we are getting any issues, we can go there. Okay. Employee department. Okay. Let's try to execute this. What will happen? Okay, it is saying like missing right parenthesis here where we are missing it. A given comma everywhere. Okay. Where it is even partially recognized. Column definition. Something is missing here. Okay. If you are facing such issues, I think you can check here. The integer. Some syntax error is coming. Okay. Is this giving? Everybody is giving through UI. Let's not go through UI. Okay. Let's ID number generated IAM is as identity. It should not be the case. It should work. Not sure why it is giving this error. Okay. It is working fine here, but this is in SQL Server. Okay. Why it is failing then? SQL Server is script will work. In Oracle, let's see. I think you need to give in this one only. Want to increment, generate always as identity. I think it's fine, but let's see what is happening here. Okay. Let's try to run this sequence, correct? This is also not working. It's not. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is wrong. Number I need to give. Okay. Let me erase this. Let me go ahead and create the table. Missing keyword. What keyword is missing? I think they are talking about this. Okay. This. generated by default identity start with 1 and increment should be 1 only. Let's erase the comments here. Okay, for error messages, everything you can erase here. Then you can execute it. So I'm placing the mouse here, and then I'm executing the statement. I'll check it out. Okay, let's not waste any time here. So for now, let's do something here. Instead of auto increment here, we can give employee ID number. It should be not null. Okay, let's create this table. Okay, I'll check why identity is not working here. Something should be different in Oracle. Okay, and I'm creating this table. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
So now let's go ahead and we have to load the data into that table, right? So what we have to do? We have to import the target because we don't have this target table in our Informatica, right? So we did not import this structure into our Informatica targets folder as of now, right? So what you have to do now? How to import the target?
Target analyzer.
Go to target analyzer. Go to
Targets.
targets. Import from database. So you have source dev2 is there and password is admin. Now you have to connect to it. Okay. Now if you expand this, expand tables, you have employee department table is there. Now you can import it. Okay. Employee department came here. All right. So for an employee, you go to columns. Is it a key? Employee ID should be the primary key, right? So you're defining it as a primary key. You can do that here. Okay. As of now, we are saying like not a key. Okay. But in employee table, employee ID should be unique, right?
Yeah.
So we can define the primary key at Informatica level as well. So I'll tell you. So I'm just canceling it. Okay. Now I'm discarding the changes. Do you see any keys defined here? So you are not seeing any symbols here, right? So once I define employee ID as the key, some symbol, key symbol will come here. Okay. I'll show you that. Okay. Now just move it aside. You don't have any symbols here. Okay. Now go to columns. In columns, make employee ID as primary key. Okay. Now apply it. Okay. Press OK. Now key symbol came. That means it is a key for this target. Okay.
Yeah.
Now go to mappings, drag and drop your target employee department. Okay. Now from this, what we have? Do we have employee ID here? We have to load the data into this table. And if you want to load the data for all of these columns, do you have employee name?
No.
Do we have employee name here?
No.
Can we calculate employee name from here?
Yeah.
Yes, you can combine all of these three columns and you can generate the employee name, right?
Yeah.
Do you have email address?
Yeah.
Email address is there. Do you have phone?
Yeah.
Do you have department ID?
No.
Do you have department name?
No.
Department name we have here.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you have department name. How you can get the department ID? If you go to department table, in department table, you have department ID is there.
Yeah.
Right. You have department name from there. So you have to check in this table for this department, what is the ID? Right. You have to, from the employee table, you have to click on the department table based on department name. Okay.
Yeah.
If you check the department name, then department ID will come. So we have learned about the left join, inner join, all the joins, right?
Yeah.
So now here what you have to do, for example, if you want to do the same thing in SQL, what you have to do, employee table is there, department table is there. In between these two tables, you have department name. So you have to join these two tables based on
left join, department.
Department. Okay. Department D, employees E. Okay. On. You have to give on E dot. What should be the one on which column we need to join?
ID.
Not ID. You have department name, right? Because in this employee table, you have department name. In this department table, you have department name. So if you join based on department name, you can get the department ID from the right table from department, right?
Yeah.
So we have to give department name equal to D dot
department name.
Department name. Okay. Now what you need? You need from employee table, you need first name, okay, last name, middle name, and E dot. What else we have here? Email address, phone, right?
Yeah.
Email address, phone, and what else we have? Department name, right?
Yeah.
Department name is there in your employee table. It is there. So now what else you want? Department ID you need. So in which table you have department ID?
Department.
So for that you have to give D dot. D dot means it will refer to department table. Okay. From here, what do you want? D dot department ID. And what else you need? You need employee ID as well. Okay. So employee ID, how can we generate employee ID? So now if you join both of these tables, you can get all of this data, right?
Yeah.
You can get all of this data. Now you are getting all of this data.
Yeah.
You are getting department ID as well.
Yeah.
But what is the way to get the employee ID? And it should not be repeated.
Sequence.
Yes, sequence generator you need to use. Okay. What you need to use? Sequence generator. Okay. Now it is there. Click here. Okay. For this, what you have to rename? Sequence generator employee department. Okay. So that you can identify the sequence generator is related to employee department. Okay. Now what you have to do? You are getting first name, last name, middle name. But what we are storing here?
Expression.
So what do you have to do inside the expression? You have to combine all of these. You have to concat all of these. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you have to do? You have to go to expression. Click it here. So what columns you need? First of all, you need these three columns. All right.
Yeah. Input.
And what else you need? Email address, phone also you need.
Yeah.
Because you need to move it to the target, and then you need department name. Right.
Yeah.
Clear? Now if you go to this expression, now here what you are extra calculating it? Expression. Full name you are calculating here, right?
Yeah.
So I'm giving the expression name as expression underscore full name. Ports. Now let's try to add some port here. How to add the port? You have to come here. You have to click on this icon, and wherever your cursor is there right now, after that it will generate a new column. For that, what we give? Full name.
Full name.
Okay. Full name and string. Let's give number of characters as 256. Is it an input for us? Are we getting it from the input?
No.
No. Because we are not getting it from the source, right? We are adding it here in this expression. So you have to remove input, then expression will be enabled. Then only you can write some expression. If it is an input, it will say like it is already coming from input. You can't write any expression here. Okay. As it is not coming from input, we'll remove this. We'll uncheck this box. Okay. Now go here. What we need? We need 3 columns now. What are those? First name. Okay. And then give space, last name, give space, middle name. Okay. You need these things. So what you can do is there is this operator which will combine your data as well. So earlier we have learned about concat, right? Now let's learn about this symbol. Okay. This is by using this, you can concatenate the data. Okay. Now, can we validate it? Let's go ahead and validate and see, is it validated successfully?
Yeah.
All right. Now, first name, last name, middle name. So in between these, we are not giving any spaces, right? So if you don't give any spaces, how it will come? So for example, Wills, Johnson, T, all these will come without any space in between.
Yeah.
But do we want like that? Like this
No.
system will John's T. But we want like, okay, Johnson, right? It is not John, okay, Johnson. So you want like this. Space should be there in between first name, middle name, and last name. So for that, what you have to give here? After first name, we need a space, okay? And then concatenate this with the last name, okay?
Yeah.
We are adding space explicitly here, okay? We are adding space here explicitly, okay?
Yeah.
You have added space everywhere? Clear?
No,
What we are
middle.
doing now, we are generating employee name. For that, we are combining first name, last name, middle name. Here we have to give space. Here I have not given the space, right? So here I gave the space. Here also I have to give the space, all right?
Yeah.
Clear, Samatha? Samatha, you got it?
Yeah.
Now validated. Expression is validated successfully. Press OK. Then you can apply. Okay. Now, are we sending first name, last name, middle name as an output here? Do we need to pass first? Do we need first name, last name, middle name here in the output? Are we storing first name, last name, middle name here
No.
in the target? So these we are storing in the full name only. So you don't need these three things in the output. So you can disable them for the output. Okay. That means
Yeah.
you can't link it to the next transformation. It is only input, and these are used in calculating your expression. Even if you are not unchecking this, that is fine. But we are not moving it to the next transformation. That's the reason we are unchecking it. So what will happen if you are unchecking it, right? So what will happen? Let's see. Now you can see all of these columns right here.
Yeah.
Let me just arrange all of these in iconic way. Okay. Now you have this expression. Now go to your target, open it. Now it is not an output, right, for us. So
Yeah.
then try to drag and drop here into this one. So what it is saying, you are getting this symbol, right? This red color symbol, this blocking symbol.
It can't connect.
Yes, it can't connect because it is not an output. Now I'm making it as an output. For example, first name. Now see here. Now select this, drag and drop here. Now it is blocked, right? You have to go on to target transformation. See, it is changed. It is allowing you to connect to the next transformation. Clear?
Yeah.
As it is not needed, we are unchecking this output port. It is fine. You can keep it checked only, but there is no way like we will link it to the target because we will be linking our full name to the target. Correct?
Yeah.
So now you have calculated full name, and then you have calculated full name means employee name is available, email address will be there, phone is there, department name is there. But how to get the department ID? Now how to get the department ID?
From the department table.
From the department table. How to check the data on top of the department table now?
Lookup transformation.
Yes, for that we have to use the lookup transformation. That means you are looking up on that particular table. Okay, you are looking up on that particular table. Clear?
Yeah.
For this, you have to go to lookup and then create lookup transformation. So it will say like it will ask you to connect to which table. Do we have department table already?
Yeah.
Department is already available, right? So connect to this department. Okay. Click OK. In this department, you have department name, created, updated. Right? This lookup is pointed to department, right? So let's write LKP for lookup. Okay. For any lookup, just prefix it with LKP. That means you will understand this is a lookup transformation. And after that, give some meaningful name. To which table we have connected here? Department. That's the reason I'm giving lookup departments. That means what it will say? I'm looking up on the department here. Okay. It's a lookup transformation. It is looking upon the data for from department table. Okay. So now here we have to connect, you have to join this department name with the department name coming from your source, right? We have to join both of these, right? This department name and also the department that is coming from your source. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then only you can join it. So, but do we have department ID coming from source here?
No.
No. So what we have to do? We have to drag and drop here. Okay. We have to drag and drop here. Clear? Now, once
Yeah.
you drag and drop here, what it is coming, it is an input, right? So to make it simple, let's give underscore in. That means you will understand this column is coming from input and other columns are related to this lookup transformation or the department table. Okay. If you are pulling multiple columns, for all of them, give underscore in. Just we are renaming the code. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is the other thing you have to do is you have to apply the condition, right? If you go to your SQL, what you are doing, you are applying the condition here, right?
Yeah.
You're checking this department name equal to that department name, right?
Yeah.
Same thing, you have to apply condition here. How to add the new condition here?
On the top
Click on
right.
this icon, add new condition. Okay. In this, from input, we have only one column, right?
Yeah.
It is automatically defined by, it is automatically deciding, okay, you can join between these two columns. But if you want to change it, you can change it here. Okay. Automatically, okay. Automatically, which column it gave? Department ID. The first column it took. Okay. First column and also the first input column. It is joining both of these. But will these two match? Will department name equal to department ID? Will these two conditions match? No, right?
No.
You have to
Yeah.
compare department name from department table and department name that is coming from source. Clear?
Yeah.
Now you have to click on apply. Okay. Okay. Now what we did, we have to look up on the department table based on department ID to get the department ID. Right?
Yeah.
Why we need that? Because in department you have department ID, right? In
Yeah.
department you have department ID. In employees you don't have it. So you have to join based on department name between employee table and department table. Okay. Once you join that, you will be able to get the data of department ID, that particular employee. Okay. You will be able to identify for this department name what is the ID. Clear? Understood? So for that, what we did, we have created a lookup transformation. We have connected this to department, and then we have added employee department. We have added one more column, okay? Department name, which is coming from source as an input, so that you can join with that input. You are joining with department name coming from employee and department name present in the department table. Okay? Clear so far? Clear? Ashok, Samata?
Yeah.
Now, once you join this, you have to go to properties. Okay. In properties, this is very important. Look up policy on multiple match. So in case, if it is matching with multiple records in your department from employee, you are getting department name, right? So for example, with this department name in your table, if you have multiple records, for example, for document control only, just think like we have 3 records with the same department name. Okay. That means data is getting repeated, right? Correct. So if you have same department name here for 2 and 3, just think like you have same department name for these 3 records. At the time, with this department name, you have department ID is 1, 2, 3, right? Correct.
Yeah.
So when you do that, what will happen? It will match on the multiple records. That's what it is saying. Lookup policy on multiple match. Whenever there is a match on multiple records on the target or lookup table, okay? if document control is there for these 3 columns, for these 3 records, then for the same department name, you will get 1, 2, 3 as department ID, correct? Clear?
Yeah.
So if it is getting 1, 2, 3, which value it needs to consider? Do I need to consider any value, or do I need to consider the first value, or do I need to
No.
consider the last value, or do I need to report the error? Okay. So for our case, okay, for our case, what we do? You have to use any value. So in case of multiple match, go with any value, or go with first value or last value. Or if you want to report the error, you can report the error so that your mapping will not run, it will error out. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
So if you don't want to fail it, you can give any value. But if you're not expecting multiple matches, okay, then what you have to do? You have to report the error. And if you want to fetch the first value, first match, then you can go with the first value. If you go with the ID of the last match, then you can go for the last value. So in this case, if you go with the first match, what will come?
First name.
1 will come. If you go with the last match, what will come? 3 will come. If you go with any value, what will come?
3.
Anything will come. You are not sure. Whatever the recorded first matches, it can match with second one or first one or third one. Whatever is match, whatever it is getting for the first time, it will give that one only. Okay. It will give some random value. Random in the sense, out of these 3, any value it can take. Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's go ahead with use any value and then press OK. Okay. Now what you have to do? You have employee ID is there, which is coming from your sequence generator, right? Correct. Employee ID column you have here. How can we get the employee ID?
Next value to employee.
From the next value, from the sequence generator, right? Because this will give the some unique value every time for each and every record. Okay. And then you will go to employee name. From where you will get the employee name?
Employee name.
From here you can get the employee name. Here you calculated in the expression, right? Full name. From that you will get it. Email address.
Email address from the.
You will get it from again expression. Phone. You will get it again from expression. Department ID.
From the department table.
From the department table, from the lookup.
Yeah.
Okay. And for this department name,
lookup.
You can get it from lookup or you can get it from expression. Now here, in case of, for example, here for each and every department, I found a match in the department table. Okay. So because of that, what is coming for all the records, I'm getting department ID. For example, one department is not there in my department table. Okay. One department is not there in my department table. What will happen at that time? What will happen at that time for the department name? What will be the department ID? What is left join?
Whatever the data we have in the left table and the.
And only the matching records from right table. And in case of no match, what it will give? It will give null in the column that is being fetched from the right table. That means what will happen? For example, if I remove sales, what will happen in the department ID?
Null value.
Null value will come. Okay. Clear? Yeah. So in the same way, here if you are using the lookup transformation as well, if there is no match, what will come in the department ID?
Null.
Null value will come. So if you pull department name, what will happen here? If you pull department name from the lookup transformation, what will come in the department name as well?
Null value.
Null value will come because that particular department is there. Department name is not there. But if you are pulling it from here, department name will come because you are pulling it from directly from source. Correct?
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes.
So let's try to delete sales department from this department table. Okay. delete from department where what
Department
is the
name
department name?
is equal to sales.
What is the column name we have here? Department name, right?
Yeah.
DEPT underscore name equal to sales.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm executing this. So what is happening? Tabular view does not exist. So here table name I have given wrong. Okay. I'm running this. One row deleted.
Yeah.
Right. What I have to do? I have to commit it. Otherwise, it will not be deleted. Right.
Yeah.
Committing it. So commit is completed. Now see here. Select star from department. We have only 15. Right. Which one is
Yeah.
removed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
14.
8, 9, 10, 11,
14.
12. Yes, 14 is removed. Now let's try to run this. Okay.
Yeah.
What will happen here for 14? You will get null values. Here, see, for sales, what we are getting? Null value we are getting, right? And this department name, from which table we are pulling this department name here?
From the lookup.
Employee. That's the reason you are getting the value, because you're getting this from employee left table. In left table, you have the data, right? Sales data is there. Now, let's add one more column as well. D dot department name. What will happen in this D dot department name? For that same, for sales, you will get it as null, right? For sales, you will get it as null because sales is not there in your department table. Whatever, if there is no match from the right table, what will happen? Whatever the columns are coming from your right table, for all of them, you will get null, right?
Yeah.
So in the same way, it will happen in the same way here as well. You can compare it to the left join, okay? In Informatica also, lookup is nothing but you can relate it to left join in your SQL, okay? Clear?
Yeah.
Now, let's go ahead. Employee ID, with which one we have to join? Now here sequence generator is there. If you go to properties, automatically this increment by 1, current value
Reset.
will 1, everything will be there, right? Only start value, let's
Reset.
make it 1. Okay.
Reset.
Reset. Let's not do reset because every time it has to generate new employee ID, right?
Yeah.
Every time it has to generate new employee ID, right?
Yeah.
It should not be the same one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's employee ID, with which one we have to join here?
Next value.
Next value. Employee name.
Employee name from the expression.
From expression, full name you have to join. Okay. Email address.
From the expression.
The
Phone
expression.
expression.
And also phone.
Department name from the expression.
Department name from the expression. To which I need to join this department ID or a department name?
Name.
Department name. From where should I get department ID?
Lookup.
From lookup. Okay. Now let's try to save it. Go to repository, click on save or press Ctrl S. Now what is happening? It is valid, right?
Valid.
It is valid. Right click, arrange all of them in iconic way so that you can understand it in easy way. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear? Now what you have to do? Go to workflow, create a session, click here, you'll get the session. What is that?
Lookup.
Now go here. What you have to do? Go to mapping. Source. It is connected to your
database.
Database, and it will read the data from your employee 24. Now go to target. How to change target load type as
Normal.
normal. Now come here. You are loading the data. Your target name is employee department. From how you can check your target table name? This is target, right? If you go to your target designer, if you go here, you can see the table name. Okay. Or what you can do is you can come here, double click on it. You can see employee department. This is the target name. Okay. Do you have this department in Oracle?
Yeah.
We have created, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to refer to some different table, what you have to do in workflow, in target table, you have to change the name of the target. Okay. But you want to load it into the same table, right?
Yeah.
Now let's leave it as it is. Apply, then press OK, and then save it. Is it valid?
Yeah.
Now what you have to do?
Start
You have
task.
to run this start task. Automatically monitor will open and it will show how it is running. Is it succeeded?
No. Yeah.
Now it is succeeded. Go to source and target statistics. Everything got loaded?
Yeah.
Now what you have to do?
Go to database, select star from
Database and see if you have data. Select star from
EMP
employee
department.
for department. Now you got the
Oh,
data? You got the data for everyone?
yeah.
Employee ID is generated for each and every employee.
Yeah.
And then employee name is coming with the spaces between your names. See here, Guy, Gilbert, or space came in between these three.
Yeah.
And your email address, phone number came. And for this department name, department ID came. Now see, for sales, what we have, because sales is not there. So for sales, what happened here?
Null value.
You are getting null value. So clear how lookup is working?
Yeah.
How lookup is working? It will work as a left join of your SQL. Any doubts?
No.
No doubts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now this is how you will use the lookup transformation. Okay.
Yeah.
So now in lookup, we have two types of lookups. Okay. One is connected lookup. Another one is unconnected lookup. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we call this one? Connected or unconnected?
Connected.
Connected. Why?
It
Because
connected to the
we are
target.
linking each and every thing, right? We are linking the ports here, right?
Yeah.
We are linking department name to this one into this lookup. There is a kind of connection. These connections are available. That's the reason we call it as a connected lookup. Okay. So what we'll rename this as connected. Let's edit it. Lookup underscore connected. Okay. It's okay. Now press Ctrl X. Clear?
Yeah.
Now let's create the unconnected one. So it will be similar to this. Only difference will be these links will
Lookup.
not be there. Okay. This
Yeah.
link will not be there. Okay.
Yeah.
So how we can achieve this? Let's learn about it.
Copy.
Now go to mappings, copy
Copy
as.
as
Now make it
unconnected.
unconnected. Then press OK. Now another new mapping created with the same logic.
Yeah.
Okay. Now arrange all. Everything will come. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you have it. Let's move it further left side. Now here. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to remove this connection. Then it will become unconnected. Okay.
Yeah.
Remove this connection. Then it will become unconnected. Now arrange all iconic. What will happen? This will go and sit here. It is not connected to any of the logic.
Yeah.
Okay. But how to calculate? Because now we want this department ID, right?
Yeah.
How to calculate the department ID if it is unconnected?
Maybe we think we need to connect them in the properties.
No, you don't connect it at all. Okay. You don't connect it at all. So how you can do is you have to go to expression. You have to add one more port department ID here. I'll tell you how to get the value. Okay.
Yeah.
Department ID. And here, what is this? It is an integer for us. Okay. This is an integer, right? Department ID. Is it an integer for us?
No.
No. So it is an output. And what is the logic for this? You have to connect to your lookup. Okay. connect to your lookups. If you come to functions here, you will see lookups. Okay. You can see here lookup department is there.
Yeah.
See here lookup department. What you have to give the input? Department name. Right. So click here on the white space, double click this lookup department. So it is coming. What should be the input that you need to give to this function? Department name, right? So go to ports. Now see department name is there here. You have to give this as an input. Okay. Now validated. It is validated successfully. Okay.
Yeah.
Now department ID came here. Apply it. Okay. Now what you have to do? You have to link this department ID to this department ID. That's it. This will become unconnected lookup. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
Now let's do something. Okay. Let's create one more table here. Unconnected. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm creating this table. One more table created.
Yeah.
Now let's connect this to unconnected table. Okay. Let's connect this target to unconnected. So let's save it. Is it saved? Is it valid?
Yeah.
Now what we have to go do? We have to go to workflow. And here edit this name.
Mappings.
Okay. So we have to, what you have to do? You have to refresh this, right? Because you have changed the name, right? For the earlier mapping. So here your mapping is changed to underscore connected. Let's rename it underscore connected. Otherwise, we will be confused with the new one. Okay. It's okay. Apply. Okay. Control S. Now go to session. Create new session. Let's connect to unconnected. Okay. Now here, go to mapping. Our source is same.
Target.
Our target. What is our target? It is having the same, right? It is unconnected is having the same structure as employee department diagram, right?
Yeah.
Because we have created with the same script. What you can do? Come to target.
The file name.
Here, as it is a table, okay? As it is a table, you have to write it in the table name. You have to override, okay? Instead of loading into employee department, load it to underscore connected, okay?
Yeah.
When we can give this? Because employee department and underscore connected both are having the same structure, okay? At that time only you can give this. If it is having some different structure, it will not work, okay?
Yeah.
Clear? Apply. Okay. Let's control S. Okay. Now run it. Start task. Go to monitor and then see it is failed. Why it is failed? You have to see an error. Is it coming? Error is coming here? No, right? So what do you have to do? Go to session log. Session log and the log service has no record requested for the session. So what we have to do here? Mapping lookup. Okay. Lookup it is giving. Okay. Relational it is changed. Okay. Now for this, if you go to designer, this lookup transformation is there. It is connected to target. Here, if you come to your workflow, automatically it is changed to target. Relational, it is connected to some database, right? This department is there in some database, right?
Yeah.
To which database it has to connect? It has to be connected to source dev 2, right?
Yeah.
Source dev 2. Then you have to apply. Okay. Because lookup is a table, right?
Yeah.
Lookup is a table. It has to connect to some database. $target, those are some different things. I'll explain afterwards. Okay. That is kind of parameterizing your connection. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, if you see for the connected one also, earlier you have connected one, right? So even here also lookup automatically $target is there for connections. It is not taking it from here. Okay. It is taking it from your dev2 only. Okay.
Yeah.
Ideally, it should be changed. Okay. For unconnected, I have changed it. Okay. For mapping, for lookup department, I'm connecting to source dev2. Okay.
Yeah.
Press Control S, start task, and go to monitor. Is it succeeded now?
Yeah.
Because that connection is not worked earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
Connected, it is loaded the data. Now we have to go and check the data in this one. Copy paste it here. Okay, unconnected. Now you got the data.
Yeah.
But what happened? What happened?
Department ID, if you would see null.
Department ID came as null for each and everything, right?
Yeah.
That means it did not work properly, right? It is not finding any match in the department table, right?
Yeah.
So what we have to do, let's go and check what is happening here. Go to mapping, go to lookup department, go to source dev 2. The table name is department only, right?
Yeah.
Table name is department. What is happened? Everything is fine, but what is happening here? Everything is looking fine, but why it is not working? Let's go and check here what is happened. Mapping. Here also it is in the same way. But why it is not working? Department. Okay, let's go to mapping and then see. Lookup department is there. This is there. Okay. And properties. It is an input, output. Okay. One thing I forgot is you have to click on R. Okay. That means it has to return your department ID once it is matched. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you don't return this, even though there is a match, it won't return anything. Okay. Because we are saying this is nothing but return. Okay. That means out of this lookup, once the matching data found, it has to return something. Okay.
Yeah.
So I forgot about it. It did not return anything. Now let's see. Press Ctrl S. Go to mapping. Okay. Now refresh it. Okay. Refresh the mapping. There is a change, right? So let's do one thing. For the target one, let's do what we need to do. Let's truncate it. We don't want the older data, right? Let's truncate it. Okay. Apply. Then press OK. Control S. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we can start task. Is it succeeded?
Yeah.
Now let's go and check the data. Which one? You have to come down. You have employee department unconnected. Now you got the data?
Yeah.
Right? Now come here. For sales, what you got? Null. Because there is no match for sales.
Yeah.
Clear? Now you got the difference between connected and unconnected?
Yeah.
So for connected is nothing but it is connected in the flow. Okay. If you see here, to go to connected, it is connected within the flow, right?
Yeah.
Is it connected or not? Your
Yeah.
lookup transformation is connected within the flow, right? In your unconnected, it is away from your all the logic. It is unconnected to any of the transformation. That is the reason you call it as unconnected lookup transformation. Okay. And what you can do from connected, you can pull any number of columns. Okay. You can pull anything. So you can pull anything in the sense more number of columns you can pull. For example, you can even pull department. For example, department name, I'm removing it. So you can connect it from here. Okay. If you press Ctrl S, is it valid?
Yeah.
That means now department name will come from your lookup. You can connect more than one column from this connected lookup. Whereas from unconnected lookup, you can't connect more than one column. Okay. You can't connect more than one column. Okay.
Yeah.
At a time, you can connect to only one column here, because if you are returning multiple columns, it don't know, right? Because there is a match. Now to which column it has to refer. Okay.
Yeah.
So see here, every time you are able to return only one thing, right?
Yeah.
If you see here, if I want to return department ID and then department name, it won't allow us to do it. It is allowing you to do only one column from here, right?
Yeah.
So that is the major difference. Okay. That is a major difference. In case of unconnected lookup, you can return only one column out of it. In case of connected, you can fetch any number of columns from your lookup. So when there is a requirement to pull more than one column from any lookup, which transformation we need to use?
Connected lookup.
Connected lookup transformation you need to use. If there is a requirement for only one column,
Unconnected.
you can go for unconnected. And what is the benefit of unconnected is you can call it multiple times as a function here. Okay. You're calling with one department ID. You can add one more code and you can call it with one more department name. Then corresponding department ID will come. Okay.
Yeah.
Have got the difference?
Yeah.
And what is the property we have seen here? We have to go here. We have to check here. Properties. In this properties, we are using use any value only. Okay. And condition, as we have copy pasted, you are checking on the department name here. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
Any doubts in today's session?
No.
Samatha, do you have any doubts? Clear with today's session, lookup transformation?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's meet tomorrow.